자, 준비 다 됐지? 네. ITC 24기 화이팅!
What is your favorite sport?
My favourite sport is rugby league.
Can you tell me more about rugby league?
Rugby league is a game of football, and so you have a team of 13 playing a team of 13, and the idea is that you pick up the ball and you run with it. The other team try to tackle you by putting their arms around you and pulling you down to the ground and stopping you from running to the other end of the field, and you have to try and pass the ball to one of your team members before they tackle you, and you have to kind of dodge the whole rest of the team and get to the other end of the field. Okay? There are two types of rugby. There's rugby league and rugby union. They're very similar. They do the same thing. You're allowed. It's not like soccer. You're allowed to pick up the ball and pass it to your team member. And the same objective is to get from one end of the field to the other end of the field. But there are some differences. The rules are a little bit different. One team has 13. The other team has 15. So anyway, so that's rugby league.
Can you tell me more about their differences?
Well, as I said, there are differences in terms of rugby league has teams of 13, rugby union has teams of 15. One of the big differences is in a particular move called a scrum, where 6 men line themselves up in a triangle on one side of the team, and 6 men line themselves up in a triangle on the other side of the team, and they push against each other, trying to push each other off the ball. There are very, very technical rules for rugby union for that thing called a scrum. There are less rules for a scrum in rugby league. That's one of the big differences between the two teams, the two sports. Yeah.
What is the most popular sport in your country?
What is the most popular sport? If you think about the sports that are played by ordinary people, probably soccer would be, because lots and lots and lots of people play soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah, but if you think about professional sport, the most popular sport, gee, what would that be? It probably would be, it would be one of the footballs. It would probably be a particular type of football that started in Victoria, in Melbourne, called AFL. It's called the Australian Football League, and it's a special type of football that is only played in Australia. It's not played anywhere else in the rest of the world.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then the most popular sport in my country, Korea, is also soccer.
It is soccer. Oh, okay.
Yes. Ordinary people likes to play soccer most, and also professional players do soccer most.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's the situation across the world. The soccer across the world is a very popular sport in almost every country, I think.
Yes. Then do you like soccer too?
No, I don't really. I didn't. When I was young, I played lots of rugby league and I played some rugby union. I never ever played soccer. And it's just one of those things, I think, where when you start off young playing particular sports, you get attached to some and you don't get attached to others. So I've never really got that interested in soccer. No reason, because it's a very good game and it's a very skillful game. But yeah, I've just never been attracted to it enough. So do you play soccer?
Yes, I play soccer, but not well.
Not well? No?
Yes,
Okay.
I started soccer when I became a primary school student.
Okay, okay.
Yes. But I am not good at soccer.
Okay, okay.
Even now.
Yeah. When we were talking before in our previous conversation, I asked you how long you'd been speaking English, and you told me, I think you told me you would have started a little bit when you were 5 years old. So your English is very good. I think your pronunciations are very clear.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay.
Then, who is your favorite sports player?
Oh, my favourite sports player. Well, a second sport that I enjoy a lot is tennis. And at the moment that's very important here in Australia because we're about to have our very big Australian Open tennis tournament down in Melbourne starting in a few weeks. And so all of the best tennis players from around the world come to this particular tennis tournament because it's a very important tennis tournament in the world. It's one of the top 5 tournaments. And the current #1 tennis player in the world is a fellow called Djokovic, and he's just an amazing sportsman. He's an amazing tennis player. So he's probably my favourite.
Can you tell me how do you play tennis?
How do you play tennis? By golly, how do I describe that? Okay, the objective of tennis is you have a small ball and you have a racket and you need to hit the ball with the racket over a net and it has to land in a square on the other side of the net, and your opponent stands on the other side of the net and has to try and get to that ball and hit it back before it bounces twice on the other side. And so that keeps going as long as you can keep hitting it over the net and inside the square, and your opponent gets to it and hits it back to you before it bounces twice, then the points just go, the game goes on and on until somebody misses. You either miss by it not going over the net, or you miss by it going over the net but not staying in the square, or you miss by it going over the net, staying in the square, but your opponent doesn't get to it before it bounces twice. So they're the 3 ways that you can lose the point. And then there's a really strange way of accumulating the points, which I won't even attempt to explain to you. It's crazy complicated.
Do you play rugby league now?
No, I stopped playing rugby league when I was about 30. So that's a long time ago. That's 35 years ago.
Why did you?
It's a game that's very tough on your body because you get tackled hard by the people on the other side who are wrestling you to the ground to stop you passing the ball, and sometimes in those tackles you can get hurt because they tackle you with their shoulder and they tackle you very hard into your body, and so it just gets tough on your body, so that as you get older and older and older you can't really quite keep playing that because your body gets hurt too easily. Yeah. And on top of that, I was then, I got to the stage where I had a family and my children were growing and I didn't have time. I was either working or I was with my children and I didn't have time to continue playing rugby league. Yeah.
Right. Then.
스쿨 시스템에 대해서 스쿨 시스템.
Did you play rugby league in school?
I did. Yes, I did. I played in the top team in my school when I played rugby league. You wouldn't know it now, but when I was young, when I was your age, I was very fast. I could run very fast, faster than most people. And so in rugby league, if you're very fast, they give you the ball all the time because you can run past everybody really fast before they tackle you. And so, and I was because I was fast and I was good at avoiding people as they tried to tackle me, I would score lots of points. And so I was always in the top team. Yeah.
Do you like PE?
Sorry?
Do you like PE?
Physical education.
Oh, PE. Yes. Because I did lots of different sports. Yes, I do like PE.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was your favorite subject when you were a student?
When I was a student, mathematics.
Mathematics.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily, mathematics.
I'm not good at mathematics.
Aren't you? No.
I don't like mathematics.
No, mathematics is good. Mathematics is beautiful. Mathematics is beautiful. You need, but you need to be you need to have, in English you would say, you need to have an aptitude for it. That means you're naturally good at it. It just sort of comes easy to you. And if that happens, then mathematics is beautiful.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
I think mathematics is beautiful because it is in nature and
Yeah.
many buildings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's a building block of almost all our sciences, one way or another. So what's your favorite subject?
Oh, my favorite subject, I can choose it. Music.
Music? Yeah. Do you play an instrument?
Yes, I play piano.
You play piano?
Yeah.
Hey. So how long have you been playing piano?
I have been playing piano for 3 years and I am still learning piano.
Yes. Well, it's a very difficult instrument, but it's a lovely instrument. Do you like it? Do you practice a lot?
Yes, I like it, but I don't practice a lot because I have no time.
Well, you've got to get time. That's important. If you like it, it's a fantastic thing to learn and get really good at because it'll stay with you all of your life. You'll